Hello and welcome to Sports Corner. I'm Caroline Stewart, joined today by Joe Gartland, a junior on the BU men's crew team. Thank you. Thank you so much for coming. Lovely to have you.
It's great to be in your corner here, Caroline.
It is. It's a very great corner, wouldn't you say?
It's great to be here, and it's an exciting time for us. So I'm just excited to be here and kind of share some of our excitement with you.
Now, would you say this is probably one of the biggest weekends for the BU crew program?
Yeah, I'd say individually as a team, it's a little tricky to target it as, a huge weekend for us, just because it's the fall season. It's our first race in the fall season, and the fall season is more of an exhibition season. It's longer races. It's 5,000-meter races as opposed to a normal race, which is a 2,000-meter race. And in the spring, which is our main season with these 2,000-meter races, you're lining up against your competition side by side, start at the same time. Whoever gets there first wins. And in these longer races, it's head race style. You have boats that are starting in different margins, and it's all a timed thing. So with the fall, it is a big race, and we're really excited about it. But I think we have to kind of temper our expectations and understand that it is our first race, and it's a fall race, and it's if we win or if we come in last place, we still have a long way to go for our season. But in terms of the program, it's a huge weekend, obviously. Our boathouse, the DeWolf Boathouse, is the start line for the Heather Charles course. Brings alumni and family all together here. And it's a great weekend for us to really showcase our facilities and the guys on the team, and of course our boat speed in the races.
And definitely, it's the race we are talking about for the viewers is the Head of the Charles. What is the race or event that you will be rowing in on Sunday?
I'll be in the Championship 8 event, which will be on Sunday at 2:45, I believe, and we have 2 entries, 2 Champ 8s. With the way the entries work, guys are not eligible for club events, which will be on Saturday, so there's some younger guys that are in the mix with the varsity right now, rowing in the Champ 8. So, but for the most part, it's your top 16 guys and, your top 2 coxswains, so it's we're going against all the top talent in there, collegiate, and there's some national team crews and stuff. So the Champ 8 is a really fast event, and it's a fun event as well.
And what has the team been doing the past couple weeks to prepare for this Head of the Charles race, whether they're competing or not, and just getting the experience just being there?
Well, we are in season right now, so we're practicing 20 hours a week, 6 days a week. We have morning practices every morning. And, we started off the fall being in the smaller boats, pairs and 4s, and just kind of starting to put combinations of guys together and focus on, just being able to move a smaller boat. So as we moved into the bigger boats, the 8s, you can just be a little bit more quiet and understand boat movement a little better. So, things like that, training in small boats, something you don't necessarily have a lot of time for in the spring as you're getting ready so quickly to race. But we've been able to do that, which has been great. We've been spending time in the weight room. We have a weekly erg that we do, just to work on fitness and being able to hit some fast numbers. So, it's been a full training schedule for us. But, right now we're just kind of getting into the groove of things, looking for different combinations of guys. It's not really race oriented, but I think in the back of everyone's head, they understand this is our, the Head of Charles. It's our home race, basically. It's right out there. Our boathouse is the start line. There's a little bit of extra kick, I think, for this fall race as opposed to the other fall races that we'll have, just because they're expecting 300,000 people to be there this weekend, Caroline. It's a big deal. I think the cultural and social, atmosphere that's out there, combined with the athletic competition of it, is what makes Head of Charles such a huge event. Brings so many different people in. So for us, getting ready for this race, yeah, it is a fall race, but I think our awareness levels are turned up when it comes to head to Charles time for sure.
And you talk about the atmosphere a little bit already, but there has been a lot of buzz around the city of Boston. It is a huge event. A lot of people are going to be on the side of the river watching the whole river down, actually. What is the biggest difference in the atmosphere and the energy coming from the head of the Charles compared to the other races that you guys will compete in the fall?
You know, while the sort of high stakes of a spring race aren't necessarily in the fall races, I think, you know, as an athlete, anytime you go up and you get to line against your competition and there's, you know, results that are going to be posted and people are going to see them, you want to be able to put your best foot forward. You know, I think that's what we're all about, is just sort of, you know, moving our way into the elite programs in the country right now. You know, the University of Washington's, who won last year, won a national championship, the Cal Berkeley's, the Harvards of the world. You know, we see ourselves as really a program that's getting ourselves up to that level. So anytime you go against those guys, they'll all be here for Head of Charles. That is a big deal for us, you know, getting to race the best and be out there with the best. So, you know, that brings a level of excitement to our program and to our guys. And then also, you know, the Head of the Charles, there's so many people, and let's be honest, you know, until the social network, I don't think a lot of people really knew that rowing existed out there. And, you know, for us to be able to have that many people there watching us, and just the noise, and, you know, with the Charles, all these turns, you know, boats passing, and, you know, oars smacking and trying to get around these turns and get under the bridges, you know, just the excitement of the race is, you know, it's really second to none as to anything that you're going to be there. Getting to see all the people lined up and down the shore, as much as you try to block them out and focus on just moving your boat, you do hear them, and, you know, it can't do anything but just get you excited and get you pumped up.
Yeah.
You know, as you go down, 5,000 meters is a long way to row really hard and really fast. So anything that you can kind of take from the outside and feed off of it is a good thing. And, you know, definitely when you're on your home course where we practice at, you know, 6:30, 7 o'clock in the morning, and there's no one up down there but a couple of runners, you know, when you have that area packed with people, it's definitely a pretty cool thing.
It's definitely a great opportunity for the BU program, for sure, to race against all those great teams. And what would be the one thing that you are absolutely most excited about for this weekend?
Well, I'm most excited to race, obviously. I'm most excited for my boat personally to go out there and, you know, take another step forward. We've been making some good improvements as the fall, since we've kind of gotten these race lineups. We've been, you know, slowly getting better, and for us it's a great opportunity to go out as a crew and, you know, really put all that work into something special. And it's, you know, it's fun to just go down the course and race in this thing. It really is. As much as it hurts, it's a lot of fun to just be able to go down there and do it. But, you know, I'm just most excited for the atmosphere and the buzz that it's going to bring to rowing. You know, it's a great weekend for our sport. It's a great weekend to showcase our sport to the city of Boston and to people who might be here to see it. And, you know, there's all kinds of events. You know, our coach, Coach Bohr, who's going to be racing in the single on Saturday morning, in the Masters single, and you know, he's going to be going to try to win that thing. And, you know, our boatman Russ Cohn is going to be racing the same event. Our freshman coach John Lindbergh will be racing in a 4. So you get, you know, there's a veterans single event of 80-year-old plus that guys are going to be racing in. So just to see the whole sport from top to bottom, you know, out there on the river competing is really special for somebody that has an appreciation for the sport, and also to kind of get some more people involved in, you know, they could go out and say, wow, this stuff is pretty cool, and, you know, they might take a better interest in it than they had. So just the fact that this is accessible to so many different people, and, you know, it's such a great showcase for our sport is really exciting.
Yeah, it definitely seems like it's an event for all ages. And thank you so much for joining us. You really gave everyone a lot of information about the Head of Charles, and it's exactly what we wanted. So thank you so much, Joe. Thanks for joining us.
Rowing's not the most well-known sport, so anytime we can get out and talk
Absolutely.
a little bit about what we do, it's good. I think it's a fun sport. I wouldn't be doing it if it wasn't fun. So we want people to also know how fun it is.
It sounds fun. It sounds like a lot of fun at 6 a.m. in the morning, Joe.
Yeah.
Well, that's it for Sports Corner. I'm Caroline Stewart, joined by Joe Gartland today. Have a great day, Boston.
Thank you.